welcome back to another All Heart video. So as you know, I did mention in last week's video that we are getting prepared for a very big move. So you can see that I've already started taking some stuff down, and this is by far the hardest room to pack away, and so I've kind of left it to the end, and it's just because we spent so much time here and we just love this room so much. So it's been a bit tough to kind of get everything packed away, but we are very excited to move. We are moving from California all the way out to the East Coast, so that's definitely going to be a big adventure for all of us. So for today's video, I just wanted to show you our daily routine, what my children have been into at the moment, just to give you a few more examples of some Montessori focused activities that they are just really into at the moment. So if you guys have any questions on anything that we are working on, leave them down below. And with that, let's go ahead and get started on today's video.
This first item I'm sure you're going to easily recognize as the Montessori pink tower, because it is just such a staple in any Montessori classroom for children ages 3 to 6. Now, the pink tower consists of 10 cubic blocks, and they are all graduated in sizes, and they range from 1 cubic centimeter to 10 cubic centimeters. You will notice also that all of the cubes are identical except in their size. And one of the things that I really love about the Montessori Pink Tower is that not only are your children being able to sort all of the different blocks from largest to smallest, but they're also able to tell the difference because each of the blocks weigh differently. And my daughter was very quickly able to tell that the very bottom block was the heaviest as soon as she picked it up. So she was very quickly able to tell that that is the block that she wanted to set up first. And the Pink Tower doesn't just teach children about size, but it's also the very first introduction to the base 10 number system. So as you can see, there are 10 different blocks. So it's just a wonderful way for children to get a very hands-on and visual representation of our number system. If you're looking for a more affordable stacking toy, this is one that I definitely recommend. The only difference besides the obvious size at the end is that these are hollow, but it makes it nice because you can stack them back together. But they are all uniform in color, just like the Montessori Pink Tower, and there are also 10 different blocks that they get to stack. So if you are just looking for something that is a bit more affordable, this is something that I would definitely recommend. My daughter really loves this one because you'll see at the very end, it is just so very, very tall. And like I said, you can stack it back down once they are done. So that's another nice option. So this is our geometric solids box. So I keep everything in here. It's got the 2D wooden tiles. It's got all of the geometric solids. I also keep the identification cards on the side here. And I also included some little picture cards of actual everyday objects that they could identify that also have the same similar shape. Now, when you're first introducing these to your child, you want to start off with the cylinder, the cube, and the sphere. The next thing you want to do is show how the shapes are different. So this is a cylinder, and the cylinder has 2 circular bases. I make sure that she is able to count the 2 sides, and then I roll it over to her because cylinders are easier to roll, and I let her basically touch it and repeat the name so that she makes the connection between the word cylinder and the object. From there, we move on to the second shape, which is the cube. And I explained to her that the cube has 6 different square sides. Now, I like to include stickers for this lesson because it makes it easier for them to keep track of all of the different sides, because one thing that I've noticed with some children is that when they get to counting the sides, sometimes they repeat some of the sides once or twice, so then they end up counting more than the 6 equal square sides. So I found that placing stickers and keeping track of all of the stickers that they are placing makes it a lot easier for them to remember that a cube has 6 equal square sides. Now the very last shape is the sphere, and this one is a lot of fun because they really do get to roll it because it looks just like a ball. And the sphere, you can tell them that it has no sides or no bases or corners, so that's why it rolls a lot more easily. For the next step, I'm going to be asking her to identify each of the shapes. So the first one I ask is if she can show me the cube, and she does. The second shape is the sphere. Can she show me the sphere? And she goes and chooses the sphere if she remembers it. And the last one is the cylinder. Can she show me the cylinder? And she does. The last step is just you asking them, what shape is this? And then making sure that they say the correct shape name to the actual geometric shape. As an added activity, you can have them then match the different shapes to the identification cards. And then you can have them actually match everyday objects that also carry the same shape. And if you don't have different cards, then it's a lot of fun to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt around your house and have them point out different objects and see if they can find whether it's a cube, cylinder, or sphere. So this next activity is the Montessori Binomial Cube. And the purpose of this material is not necessarily to teach math quite yet, but instead to provide a challenge for a child's ability to find patterns and relationships. Therefore, the material is presented as a sensorial activity. Now, the cube is composed of 8 wooden blocks, which fit together in a binomial pattern and indirectly introduces abstract math concepts to children. My daughter absolutely took to this so quickly, and she was very quickly fascinated at how she was able to match all of the different patterns to form this cube. Now, this is something that is introduced to children between the ages of 3.5 to 4, but I decided to introduce it at the age of 3 because my daughter just loves being able to figure out different patterns, so I knew it would be the perfect activity for her. So this is part of our Montessori animal puzzles, and we have a few of them to choose from. You can see that my daughter decided to work on the fish, and these puzzles are perfect to stimulate the child's interest in the natural world and to really help them identify the animals that are being represented. This is a really hands-on tool that they can use to learn the different anatomical parts of each of the animals. And in the process, they get to practice their fine motor skills by manipulating the little knobs, not to mention the fact that puzzles are just a really great way to promote hand and eye coordination. For my son, we also included the 3-part cards so that he can identify each of the different anatomical parts of the turtle, which is representing all of the different reptiles. So again, it's just a really wonderful way for them to be able to learn the different parts of all of these different animals. You can see that for each of the different cards, there is a highlighted portion on the animal, making it a lot easier for your child to be able to see what part of the animal they are identifying. So after a very busy morning, my children decided that they wanted a little snack. The first step before they start making anything, of course, is to make sure that their hands are nice and clean. Now, because it is summer, my children love making smoothies, and this is something that they do every single day. So both of my children partake in making their smoothies. My son is, because he's a little bit older, he is the one that's going to be using the blender, but my daughter loves being able to help by making sure that she grabs all of the different ingredients and hands it over to her brother so that they can both make their smoothies together. So for this particular smoothie, they wanted to use one of the acai packs, some bananas, and then the mixture of the cherry berry blend. Now, there are a few different packs that we like to get, and we usually get them at Costco. I really like the ones that have kale and a couple of different veggies because it's the perfect way to sneak some veggies into your children's diet, especially if they are not prone to eating their vegetables. But this is the assortment of fruits that they wanted for today, and they've done this so many times that they know exactly the quantity. So they are placing half a banana, one of the packs of the acai, and then with this little Tupperware container, they know to fill it up 1.5 times. The next thing they are adding is just a little under a cup of water, and then they are adding another cup of milk. So in total, you'll have 2 cups of liquid. I'm so proud of what both of my children have accomplished. They are just such capable human beings, and I really feel like we as parents don't always give our children enough credit. They really just absorb everything, they notice everything, and they are just so much more capable than we know. For our final activity, my children just wanted to have some fun. So we pulled out their kinetic sand in this very vibrant pink and blue, and I brought out some of their little ice cream cones. Now these I picked up on Amazon. I'll make sure to leave the link down below because they are just the perfect size for little hands. And I love the fact that these cones aren't hollow so that the ice cream doesn't sink all the way to the bottom and make just this huge mess. So the ice cream stays nice and on top, so it's just so much easier for your children to be able to eat it if you use it for actual ice cream. Now, my children love using it with the kinetic sand. They're able to create their little ice cream. They're able to use the little props. So it's just a nice, fun, easy activity that really entertains them for quite a while. And that will do it for this video. If you have any questions on any of the activities that we worked on, please make sure to leave your questions down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe and remember to ring that notification bell so that you are notified of when we next post our Montessori videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you back here very, very soon.